Hi guys, this is Naomi with Paradigm Shift Tarot, and this is your Venus retrograde in Gemini reading. And I thought I would talk a little bit about what that means. So Venus rules over beauty and luxury and money and romance, right? And when in retrograde, a planet takes on what appears to be backwards motion. It goes from its eastward course and changes to a westward course. Of course, now we know that that's actually an illusion caused by Earth's motion. And illusion is actually the theme for this entire conversation, okay? However, during this time, there are very real non-illusory things that happen. And actually, before we get into those, I just want to say that Venus in retrograde doesn't actually begin until the end of the 12th, so more like the 13th. So make sure to pay extra special attention to people and things, situations that enter your life right now, because that's really going to set the stage for this whole retrograde. And things that require or are going to require extra evaluation are really going to start popping up right now. So right now we're in pre-shadow until the 12th. And during this time, you've probably already been feeling sort of those starting effects. And usually the themes for the retrograde that are going to make themselves apparent during this time start to pop up right now. The last time that Venus was in retrograde in Gemini was 2012. So ask yourself, what was going on in your life regarding money and partnerships, romance during that time? And it can be kind of fun to go back on social media. If you journal, go back and see what was going on during that time, because patterns tend to repeat themselves. So even if the players have changed, the people have changed, situations have changed. There might be some real similar patterns that happen again this time around. So keep an eye out for that. Sometimes that can be kind of fun. And if you don't journal, now is a great time to start. So, the next retrograde, you can look back on this time and see if there are any similarities. Okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. So Gemini. Gemini tends to add this shady salesman vibe to the retrograde. And no offense to Gemini. I love you guys. Okay. But what that means is there can be some masking of true intentions and motivations with words right now, because Gemini is a really social, communicative sign, and it really understands its world through mental processes. So during the retrograde, there can be a little confusion, all right, a little illusion happening, and maybe sort of a feeling like we don't know the whole truth of a situation, and we might worry that maybe there's some manipulation happening. And during this time, it's very possible that there is. Okay, so be very wary. And to make matters more intense, Venus is actually squaring Neptune, and Neptune is all about illusion and fantasy. So that really just increases those feelings of confusion, right? And it's really going to feel like you have to sort of fight through that illusory fog cast by Neptune in search for the truth. That's kind of how it's going to feel. Kind of like you're just fighting through this this haze. And Gemini is really about searching for truth. So there's going to be a lot of struggle right now, where you're going to be really, wanting answers, and you're going to have to accept that you might not get them right away. Okay. And Gemini also causes some restlessness because it's so communicative. You know, it's such a social sign, and it really requires that communication to really thrive. So with this pandemic and, you know, the quarantine is still very much a part of our reality, that's really just going to amplify those restless feelings that you might be feeling. So I feel like during this time, and with Venus really, you know, amps up those romantic vibes. So it's possible that you could be, I don't know, engaging in flirtatious behavior online, maybe entertaining some people right now with maybe a little bit of a reckless abandon, you know, that recklessness that the retrograde causes. So be really careful, because people might not be who they appear to be, and at the end of the retrograde, you know, those illusions will start to come to an end. And you might see that some of the people that you were engaging with aren't quite who you thought they were. So really treat people with extra caution right now. So my number one biggest piece of advice right now is do not enter into any new relationships, and do not exit any current relationships right now. Basically, don't do anything on a whim, unless, of course, it's toxic. Okay, if you're in a toxic, abusive relationship, that's completely different. I'm not saying you should sit on something like that, but in general, you should just wait it out. Wait for the retrograde to end. Venus in retrograde can kind of cause some disruptions and maybe some blockages in current, you know, partnerships and relationships. So really use this time to utilize Gemini's communication, you know, communicative energies, and really talk things out before they get explosive. Okay. I think that is the best advice I can give you right now. So really restrain yourself from acting impulsively right now. And if you still feel the same way come July, then by all means, you know, take that leap of faith. You know, do whatever it is that you feel, you know, drawn, guided to do. But try to wait it out, okay? If you can, try to wait it out. And also, a theme for Venus retrograde is exes coming back in the picture. So be really careful about rekindling past relationships, okay? Because remember, they're an ex for a reason, and we'll be really apt to view people and situations right now with rose-tinted glasses. So if something feels too good to be true, it usually is, okay? So if you really like someone right now, leave it at that, right? Use this time to really get to know them, and if you still really like them and you're still vibing come July, you know, then, you know, take the leap. But don't get into any commitments right now, because, you know, if they really are who they say they are, and you really do have a real connection, they're still going to be there come July. So use this time to just get to know each other better, okay? So don't hop into anything new. Just really, really restrain yourself. And this also pertains to your finances. So don't make any big investments, okay? Be very careful with that. And Gemini also adds this sort of urge to be frivolous too. So really be careful right now. What you can do, however, during this time is use those creative, artistic energies that are coming in from both Venus and Gemini, and use this as an opportunity to hone a skill or an ability. If there's a book you've been, you know, waiting to write, you know, start that. Take up a new hobby. If you've been kind of in hiatus from some of the things that you like to do, like maybe you like to paint or play an instrument or, you know, something like that, something artsy, and you haven't done that in a while. Now's the time to start that again. And why I said don't do any, you know, make any big financial changes, but now can really be a time to maybe start a business idea. Maybe not put it into practice yet, but really start building a foundational plan. Like, because right now you're going to be super creative, and it's a time to start experimenting and trying new things, and not being afraid to think outside the box, right? It's also a really good time to really make some healthy choices and get into new healthy habits and routines. So start eating better and really treating yourself right. This is really a time of self-care. Getting into, you know, working out again, or yoga or meditation, and really focusing on self-love. That's the best thing you can do during this time. Um, and it's also a time of introspection. So right now is when we really evaluate the masks that we wear. So ask yourself, am I being authentic? Am I being honest with myself right now? Because Gemini has that deceptive air, okay? So maybe it's not just others you're deceiving, maybe yourself. So really evaluate how you operate, okay, as well, because you're going to be having those kind of worries about, you know, are other people manipulating me right now? You know, turn that around. Are you manipulating people right now? I know that's hard for us to do. That's kind of the energy right now, okay? So really take some time to think about yourself and how you can better improve. So around June 2nd, Venus and the Sun will be in conjunction, where the Sun and Venus will cross. And that's going to be an event in which we're going to get some more clarity on things. It's kind of like the clouds will part and the sun will shine on a situation that's been kind of, you know, hidden in shadow. So, you know, if there are any secrets that have been kind of pushed off to the side or hidden, they're going to be revealed during this time. And we're going to really get some clarity. But this doesn't mean that it's a time to take action. Okay. All that means is that it's just an opportunity to get a little insight, to give us some time to come to some conclusions, to better prepare. So Venus will finally go direct the night of June 24th, but more like the 25th. So I usually say around July is green light time, and that gives you a little bit more time to work off those sort of residual retrograde energies. So anything that you've been sitting on, any major decisions you've been holding off on, once July hits, you know, go crazy. That's the time to take your leap of faith if that's what you're wanting to do. So guys, get comfortable with not having all of the answers right now. Okay, that's just the energy. And yeah, so let's get started with your reading, shall we? Okay, thanks. Hi, Pisces. This is your Venus retrograde and Gemini reading. Hopefully you watched my introduction, so you know what that means. Yeah, so number one, also, I wanted to bring up, I'm so sorry about the state of my nails. A lot of readers have really nice nails and I don't. I am a very outdoorsy girl. I like to, you know, play with, I was playing with the dog outside earlier, and I do yoga outside and I do everything outside. And so my nails always look awful. So I don't paint them and I don't let them grow out. And so they always look bad. So I'm sorry if they're gross. So my apologies. Okay. So number one, this reading was really powerful. Okay. So, I pulled the cards, and there is a very, very special story happening here. Very special for a group of Pisces, a very specific group of Pisces. So if this ends up not resonating for you, go ahead and click off. But keep in mind, I'm going to be releasing more readings soon for other signs. So if your moon or ascendant is not Pisces, I would recommend checking those out too, okay? So again, this is a collective reading, so it might not resonate for you. And again, this is a very, very special message for a very specific group of you. And also, I wanted to bring up that you had 3 spirit guides come into this reading. And here are some key words I'd like to pass on to you, okay? So divine messages, communication, children, divine feminine, intuition and emotional harmony, empathy, forgiveness and mercy, transformation, spiritual alchemy, cleansing lower energies, memory and focus, and the crown chakra. Okay, so if you know anything about chakras, the crown is going to be really special for you during this time. So if there's any blockages or you need to balance out your crown, make sure that you're doing that during this time. I mean, that's our connection to the divine, connection to our higher self. So make sure to spend some extra time in that area if that's something that you work with. Okay, so what I ended up doing, I pulled a goddess card for the reading. I thought that was kind of fitting, considering this is a Venus reading specific. And who you got was Hera. And Hera is Cancer, so a water sign, so fitting. Hera is very mature. She carries herself with a lot of dignity. She's in a position of power. She's really nurturing, really motherly. And she says that if you don't approve of a current situation, to just let it run its course. And I really like that message because that's really the whole the whole thing about Venus retrograde is, don't make any big decisions right now and wait it out. Let things fall where they may after the retrograde ends. Don't jump into anything. So if there's anything going on, like maybe even a relationship that you're thinking of ending or making big changes or maybe jumping into something new, don't do that right now. So just wait it out. Let it run its course. If something's making you unhappy right now, just sit on it for a little bit, okay? And also this card tells us that July will be significant. And I also really like that too, because that's also retrograde specific, which is really interesting, because the retrograde ends the end of June. So, usually we say July, right? July is really when things start to even out and when it's really, the green light time where you can really start moving forward with things that you've been kind of sitting on. So July will be special for you guys. Awesome. Okay, so number 1, I want to get started with the 2 energies crowning this entire reading. So I immediately ended up pulling a pair here. So I got both the King and Queen of Cups, okay? Again, a pair. So you could be either of these. And gender is irrelevant here. It really depends on what energy you tend to sit in the most. So if you tend to sit in your masculine energy more, you might identify more with this King of Cups. If you tend to sit in your feminine energy more, you might identify more with this Queen. So keep that in mind, okay? So I'm going to start with this Queen to get a feel for what's going on in this connection, okay? So this Queen is dealing with the King of Cups right now. Whatever that is, whatever's going on here, there's a very specific connection happening here. So the Queen of Cups, she is incredibly compassionate and caring. She's emotionally stable. She's extremely intuitive, and she's very in the flow. She's all about going with the flow and letting things happen, which I think is great because, again, you got Hera, right? And Hera kind of says, let things run their course. And that's what the Queen of Cups does. She's incredibly good at that. She's also a giver, and sometimes she gives a little too much. Sometimes she gives more than she gets back, and that can leave her feeling a little bitter. So yes, she's really emotionally balanced, but also she wears her heart on her sleeve too, so she can get wounded really easily. And right now, what she's going through a moon period. Okay, so whatever's happening here, there's some heavy energies. So the moon can be a lot of things. It can be sort of deceit. There can be a little deceit here, a little illusion. So maybe the queen had a sort of illusion about this king that is maybe shattered here with this tower. So maybe she saw the king as being something that he ended up not being, all right? Or maybe she thought something more was going to come of that relationship that didn't. So she's feeling a little disillusioned right now. She's also probably going through some shadow work right now, of course, because we have this Pluto retrograde as well. And that is all about shadow work. That's dealing with our shadow. So, you know, our traumas, our pain, our suppressed emotions. So she's really going through it and doing some soul searching. She's shining some light on those darker aspects and really seeing through the illusion right now, because she's also going through a major period of healing. So temperance is all about finding a balance, moderation, patience, working on finding your inner purpose. So I think she's really trying to find a balance here with her emotions. I think she got a little wounded here. Something happened with this king that wounded her a little. And she's going through a period right now of trying to heal herself and finding a balance with her emotions. And really, again, what I really like about this card with temperance is it's about, again, patience, right? And I said with the queen, that's what she's best with. She goes with the flow. So in this situation, I feel like she's going with it. All right. So maybe she's feeling a little disillusioned about this King of Cups, but you know, she's dealing with that. And she's going within here and she's really working on herself. Maybe that whatever she went through with this king put her in a situation where she's really having to look inside herself and say, okay, well, why did this go wrong? What was my part in the situation? How can I heal from this? How can I move forward? How can I better myself? So she's going through a really beautiful period right now of healing, and I really love that, bettering herself. She also got the 9 of Swords here. The 9 of Swords is anxiety, that energy of being kept up at night with, you know, nightmares and worry and fear. Like there's a lot of fear in this connection. Okay, so whatever happened between her and this king, like this really is giving her some serious anxiety. All right, I mean, this obviously it spurred her on this journey of finding herself and dealing with her shadow side, right? And she's doing the healing work, but it's not easy. It's not easy. So this connection was really weighing on her. And she also got the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is who she's manifesting into right now. The Queen of Wands is beautiful. Okay, beautiful inside and out. She's creative. She's a go-getter. She's action-oriented. She is passionate. She's a manifester. You know, she makes her dreams reality. And that's where this Queen of Cups is at right now. You know, she's going through this major healing. She's really working on herself. And she's trying to become this Queen of Wands. She wants to bring good things into her life. She's tired of the pain, of the depression, of the anxiety, of the worry, and she's ready to make real change, and that's beautiful. This Queen of Wands is super attractive too. Super attractive. And I feel like this king, whatever is going on in this connection, regardless of what's going on in this connection, he does see this change she's making, okay? I feel like he really respects this queen. And he's really super attracted to her. Very attracted to her. I feel like there's a lot of passion here. Despite any difficulties with the relationship, he sees her as very beautiful, and really, really standing in her power. And we also got the King of Wands. Okay, so we got another pair. And, you know, in this situation, I feel like, you know, this Queen of Cups, like, she's in this new energy now, you know, she's going to be going through this. And this is who I feel like she's transforming into during this retrograde. So she's really working on her creativity and starting new things, new beginnings, which is really exciting because Venus is all about trying new things and getting creative and artistic, because Gemini, that's also what Gemini is about. Gemini is a very creative, artistic sign. So I feel like Pisces, you're really feeling that energy right now, and you are doing it. You're feeling it. And I feel like you're really using those energies to your benefit. And I feel like you're ready for something new. You're ready for this King of Wands. So I don't know if this is how you're seeing your King of Cups here, or this is someone new. So again, I don't know what this says for you, but it's possible that because this Queen of Wands is in this new energy, she's manifesting this new relationship. So it's possible that there is someone else coming in, okay? So Wands, that's fire energy, okay? So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm not saying that's who you're bringing in. That's possible that the person coming in has fire in their chart. You never know. But this guy is a pretty passionate guy too, okay? Very similar to the Queen. You know, he's very action oriented. He wants to come in hot. And again, super attractive. And just really wants to make things happen. And I feel like because she's in this energy, she's going to bring in someone in that matches her energy. And I don't know if it's this king. So I don't know if this King of Cups is ready to get to this point with the Queen. He's sitting in his emotions right now. Is he ready to jump into this fire energy and where the Queen is? Is he ready to level up with her? I don't know. So maybe this Queen of Cups is leaving this guy behind, and then she's going towards someone new. I don't know what I feel like she's bringing in someone that's going to match her energy here with this King of Wands, and that's what she's hoping for. And I think, you know, depending on how this reading goes, and we'll see as we go, but I feel like, you know, this is what she wants her King of Cups to be. She wants her King of Cups to be this King of Wands. Okay, I really feel that. Maybe there's a lack of passion. Maybe, you know, this King of Cups has gotten kind of cold. I don't know what that is, but maybe she's hoping for a little more action from this king. Maybe there's some stagnancy in the relationship. Maybe the relationship has really slowed down. Maybe there's some blockages, and she's really wanting this, you know, this king to come forward towards her, and she's really hoping that he's going to manifest into this King of Wands. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. Okay. All right. And then King of Cups, right? Emotionally balanced, compassionate, diplomatic, you know, also really stands in his emotions. But, you know, with water signs, especially really masculine water signs, because they feel so much, sometimes they can really detach too. So that's something to keep in mind. So I don't know if what that says about this connection, but sometimes there is a little fear about being emotional, especially with masculines. You know, they have so much emotion that they might not be comfortable expressing that. So it's possible that this queen is missing that, and maybe that's why she's hoping for that king of wands to come in. King of wands is a little more passionate, a little more open. You know where you stand with the king of wands. You don't always know where you stand with the king of cups, okay? So I'm not sure what's going on with this guy, but let's find out. Okay. Yeah. All right. So number one, we got the devil. Okay. That's what's crossing this King of Cups. So I feel like this King of Cups is dealing with maybe some kind of addiction. Um, Maybe a little obsession, a little codependency. This can be unhealthy attachment to something or to someone. So I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he's dealing with his own energy right now, just like the queen is. So if it is addiction, I feel like he's in the middle of a battle, and that could be really, really causing this disruption to this connection. Okay, this tower. And I don't know, but I feel like that's severely impacting this relationship. And this can also be temptation, okay? So it can mean a lot of things. So maybe the king is being tempted by someone else, okay? Maybe there's some third party energy going on. Maybe the king sees this queen of cups as a temptation, okay? So maybe the relationship, maybe it's not quite a relationship, okay? Maybe it's something else. Maybe there's a lot of attraction. Maybe it's more of a friendship. Maybe there's sex involved. I don't know. There's lots of different types of connections that you can have. So maybe he sees this queen of cups because she's got that queen of wands energy. She's very attractive. She's very exciting. Maybe he sees her that way, as a temptation, as a distraction. And so that's keeping him from really opening up about his feelings. And that's really stopping him from coming forward in that king of wands energy that this queen is really hoping for. Okay, either way, he's dealing with some serious double energy here, okay? Oh, he got the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, this is all about, right, action, manifesting, a little impulsive too. Oh, sorry, this is the Page of Wands, not the Knight. The Page of Wands. So there's some impulsiveness here. Oops. And he's wanting to come in, and I feel like he wants to come towards this Queen of Cups, okay? I really do feel that way. I feel like, you know, he wants to come towards this queen with some real passion, right? Like he wants to show her that he can be that King of Wands, and prove to her that he can do that and be that person that she's hoping to be. So he wants to match her energy. I feel like he does want to level up with her, and it's going to depend on your situation on whether or not that happens. And we're really going to see right after the end of Venus retrograde if he does, right? If he can level up and match her energy. I feel like he really wants to come towards her. You know, there's a lot of passion in this connection. And then he got the Knight of Coins. So I feel like he really wants to, yeah, there's more of this coming in energy. He wants to come in with an offer. Okay. I feel like he really does. He wants to come in, show her this passion. He wants to give her stability. He wants to offer her everything that she desires, right? He wants to be that for her. He wants to be stable. He wants to really come in and show her that he has his life together, and that they can really build something together, that he's, you know, that he's really trying to bring in his own abundance and become, you know, financially stable. But I feel like something's stopping this. All right, let's find out. Ooh, the Queen of Coins. So, okay, so I feel like very much he sees this Queen of Cups as the Queen of Pentacles, okay? I really do. So I feel like he sees this queen as really independent, really, really standing in her power. Like, just, I feel like he's really put this queen on a pedestal here. And, you know, she's really abundant, and she's really focused on her work and her money, and she's financially stable. I feel like when he looks at her, he just sees this amazing independent woman who doesn't need anybody. And maybe he feels like she doesn't really need him. And I feel like there's almost this energy of that maybe he's not good enough for her. You know, he's not, he really wants to come in towards her, but something's stopping him here. So I don't know if this is a lack of confidence or whatever this is, but there's something happening here where he really wants to come in, really wants to show her passion, really wants to provide for her. But how do you provide for someone that's providing for themselves? Okay. I don't know. And with water signs, right? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, if your person is one of those signs, I feel like, you know, with Pisces too, if this is you and you're standing more in your masculine energy, they really tend to root for the underdog. And they really spend a lot of their attention working with people that are kind of in a place of lack, right? They want to help people. That's what water signs are about. They want to help people that don't, that, you know, that can't help themselves. And she doesn't need that. Okay, she doesn't need help. You know, she's not an underdog. She's got a life together here, and he really respects her. You know, I feel like he really does, and he sees her as this really powerful lady, and I just don't feel like he's feeling very confident. Ooh, okay, the Emperor, that's awesome. This is this is the father of the tarot, okay? I feel like this King of Cups is in some kind of major transition. He's working on becoming the Emperor. And if you see this, you got 4 ones here at the top. 1111, right? That represents spiritual awakening. So I feel like this king, this tower that's coming in here, and this connection is really shaking this king up, and he's having a major spiritual awakening right now. And he's really starting to come into his power and wake up to his potential. And we'll really see at the end of this retrograde whether he does. But I feel like this is who he wants to be. He really does. I feel like he wants to be this guy, this divine masculine for his feminine. He wants to come in and be the divine masculine for his divine feminine. He wants to give her all the things that she wants, but he doesn't know if he can. And so he's really working on standing in his masculinity. And maybe he's not used to that, you know? Maybe he's not used to being, you know, that fiery go-getter type. Maybe he's not used to chasing anyone. Maybe that's not his style. And so I feel like maybe he wants to. He wants to come towards this queen, but he's missing something. Maybe he's not in a good place financially. Maybe he's not in a good place in his life. I don't know. And he's just not feeling as confident. He's looking at that. The Queen of Cups is the Queen of Pentacles, right? The Queen of Coins. She's independent and powerful. You know, he doesn't feel like he can stand next to her right now. But the Emperor too, the Emperor also he can be really emotionally detached, okay? He can have a really hard time expressing his emotions. So he can be kind of cold and distant sometimes too. So he could be manifesting a little bit of that energy as well, where, you know, he's going through some major changes right now, maybe spiritually, emotionally, physically, and he's focused on other things, and he can't be what the Queen of Cups needs right now. So that could be that too. But I feel like he's going through some serious shakeups right now, whatever that is. Okay. And I mean, the Queen is too. I mean, she's going through major healing. She's doing that inner work. I feel like both of these, they're really marrying each other. Okay. This is twin flame energy. Okay. There's something up here. These two are really marrying each other. They're really going through similar stuff. And I'm not sure if they're communicating that to one another. Okay. Because we got, oh man, we got so much going on here. The Tower. So this is the connection. Okay. This is the connection between this king and queen. So major changes. So this connection is going through some major changes. Okay. Again, this queen is in a different space right now. I feel like she's in a process of leveling up, and this king isn't quite there yet. Okay. But I think he wants to be. And so this relationship is going through something. It's going through some major change. And maybe the nature of the relationship is changing even. Maybe the relationship started out, maybe it was a sexual relationship, and it's manifesting more into maybe a more spiritual relationship. Maybe the relationship is turning into a different kind of relationship, based on all the changes that they're making. So whatever this is major, okay? This is really major energy. And it's hard, okay? I feel like there's some serious spiritual awakening happening for both of these two. So, this is all about not going down with the ship. So this Tower is coming down, okay? This is all that old energy, all that old baggage that no longer serves you. And that's exiting your life, okay? You're leveling up. You're going through a massive awakening, and all the things that were in your life before that don't match you now, they're leaving, they're exiting. And that can be really scary, and it can really hurt. But that Tower is coming down no matter what, okay? Doesn't matter. You can go down with it or not. The hope is that you're going to jump into the waters below and save yourself. And really, this is for the best, okay? This is destined. Like, this is meant to be. This Tower is meant to be. This is exactly where you're supposed to be, to get you to where you need to be a stronger, better version of yourself. So it's a really scary card, but it's actually for the best. This is beautiful change, okay? Beautiful struggle, beautiful transformation. But it can be really painful. And I feel like the Queen, having gotten Temperance, right? She got Temperance in this pile. She's going through healing and balance and moderation and figuring herself out. And I mean, the Queen of Cups is working through this Tower with that moon. And I also love it because there's the moon here, right? Shining on this Tower. So, the shadow side shining down. She's working in that energy, and water, right? Water saving you. And what I like about water, Pisces, right? Water sign. She's taken that jump. She's taken the leap of faith. And that's what this is. This is a leap of faith. She's going with the flow. That's what the Queen of Cups does. She goes with the changes and she adjusts accordingly. And the question is the King of Cups going with the flow as well? Because the King of Cups is capable of this as well, okay? He really is. But maybe not as easily as the Queen, especially if he's holding on to this harder energy of the Emperor. So I feel like if he is, maybe there's some resistance to this Tower. There might be a little resistance. But again, the Emperor is I feel like, this 1111, like, and, being the Emperor, the father of the tarot, I feel like he's really trying to stand his masculinity, but he might be resisting this Tower a little bit, okay, with this devil energy. This is really weighing on him, and he might go down with the Tower. I don't know. But again, it's coming down no matter what. So this Tower it's coming, and if he goes down with the Tower, that's okay, because it's still coming down and there's still an opportunity to rebuild. It's just going to be harder because he resisted it so much. That just means it's going to take him a little longer to heal. Okay, a little longer than maybe the Queen of Cups will take, because the Queen's jumping early and she's making changes now. And I don't know if that King of Cups is making changes right now yet. I feel like he might be resisting this Tower a little bit. All these major changes. And we got Temperance again. So that's a pretty loud sign, right? yeah, there's major balance happening in this, a balancing act happening in this connection, okay? There's some healing happening in this connection. And there's, again, that concept of having patience with one another. So whatever's going on between these two, and the queen really wanting this king to level up and come towards her in a more passionate way, this is telling the queen to have patience too and give him time, because I think he's really resisting this tower, and he's not gonna change as quickly as she is. You know, he might not level up as quickly as she is right now, and that make her really impatient. She wants him to be where she is now, and he might not be. So have some patience. Practice some moderation here in this connection. And I mean, this is also, I feel like, why the tower is coming down. It's coming down for a reason. It's coming down to create this new balance. There's a shift in energy happening in this connection to maintain the balance, because this queen is changing, okay? And so is the king. They're changing as people. So of course the relationship is going to change too. And again, there's healing happening here. And I'm pointing to her wings there, sorry. You know, she's all about spreading her wings and flying, okay? Flying away, flying over lesser energies. So, and that's what these two need to do right now is get out of those lower level energies. Get out of that. Get out of this devil energy and move towards temperance. You know, spread your wings and fly away from this. You know, this is keeping you down. Whatever this is keeping down that King of Cups, and it's holding him back from things. He's limiting himself here. So I feel like and sorry, this Destiny card keeps sliding down. It really wants to slide into the reading. Destiny. Again, I said this tower move is destined, and this card keeps trying to pop out right away, and I'm not ready for you yet, so you need to wait. So yeah. Okay, so there's a lot happening here. And we also got the Three of Swords in this connection. So this is major heartbreak, pain, loss. It can also mean third-party energy, okay? For, again, this queen had this King of Wands. Maybe there's a King of Wands coming in. That's a little more exciting, a little more passionate, a little different from this King of Cups. And maybe she's pulling away a little bit. You know, she wants someone that's going to match her energy a little bit more. That Queen of Wands energy she's manifesting right now. Maybe this is on the other side. Maybe this is the King of Cups and that Devil energy that he's got. Okay? Maybe maybe there's some kind of temptation happening here, some kind of love affair happening here that's really separated these two. Either way, there's a loss happening, okay? And I don't know if that's happening right now or what, but or maybe it already has happened and that's what you're working through right now. Either way, Venus retrograde tells you don't make any big decisions. So if you're feeling like breaking this connection up right now and you're wanting to walk away immediately and jump into something new, don't do it yet. Okay? Wait for July. If you're still feeling the same way then by all means. But give it time. Have patience, right? Have temperance. But yeah, I feel like there's some major pain here. This tower is causing some serious heartache, and it might be why this tower is happening, because of this heartache. You know, maybe you guys have already had a major split, and that really caused these major changes, and you're going through that right now. You got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so these actually fell out in a very specific way. I'm going to show you. So I feel like, actually, sorry, they came out, yeah, they came out like this. Okay. Representative of these two. So I'm just trying to get this right so you can see what's happening here. So the Queen of Wands she's got this passion, right? This fire. She wants to move forward. She's feeling a little impulsive. She's feeling a little antsy. She's getting impatient, right? She's getting impatient in this connection. She's ready to move towards the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is all about joy and celebration and excitement and fulfillment, happiness. Like, this is a really beautiful card. Like, this is also the twin flame card, okay? And I don't want to discount what's happening here, but there's a lot of twin flaming energy. And if you ever want to talk to me about twin flames, you're welcome to do that. I'd love to discuss that with you in a private reading. If you feel like this is something that's happening to you. But there's a serious spiritual connection happening here. These two are very connected. And they're having major impacts on one another. And this is the 1111 card, all right, which is really exciting to me because you got the Emperor, 1111, right? So, and you got the Four of Wands here, 1111. So she wants to move towards this joy in this connection. Like, she sees it. She sees their connection. She sees it. She gets it. She wants to manifest it. Again, she's feeling her Queen of Wands energy, which makes sense that she's coming in hot like this with this passion and fire. She really wants to make this connection happen. Okay. And the King of Wands, he wants to come in too. Okay. He does, because he got the Knight of Cups. He wants to come in and offer his feelings to her, but he's just not moving as quickly as the Queen is, okay? I feel like he's really holding back his emotions. He's not sharing them with her. You know, he's really taken on this, this Emperor role where he's focused on himself. He's focused on other things, okay? You see how he's facing away? He's facing away from this connection right now. There's some kind of separation happening, okay? Especially since you got that Three of Wands. So there's something happening here, some kind of separation. And with her, I mean, she wants him to be something else. She wants him to be the King of Wands, and he isn't right now. And this is who she is. This is who she's transformed into, or who she's transforming into right now through this retrograde. So she's got this really fire energy. She's ready to come in. She's ready to make this happen, and he's not moving as quickly. Okay, he's facing away from the connection. He does care about this Queen. Okay, he really does. He loves her. He wants to tell her. He wants this connection as well. But this is, again, a spiritual awakening card. I feel like she's in the space of awakening now, and he's just starting to. So she's already awakened to the connection. She sees there's something happening here, and he's just not there yet. Okay, he's just not there yet. And I feel like he's getting there, and he wants to make it happen. But she's got to have patience, big time. She really does. Okay, because there's a tower. This tower will happen. Okay. All right. Now, energies that you're dealing with during this retrograde. So let's move away from this connection, this very specific narrative that's specific for a group of Pisces. I don't know who that is, but if this is specific for you, awesome. But other energies that you might be dealing with right now, we got the Four of Swords. Okay. So this is all about rest, relaxation, meditation, contemplation, recuperation. Like you got the Temperance. Like the Temperance came in twice to this reading, and let me pull that out here. So I mean, you got Temperance twice. So I feel like very much that's what's happening here. Okay. So you're going through a period of rest, relaxation, healing, and this is a real call to get in touch with yourself and do the work. Okay, now is the perfect time to do that. And meditation will be really important for you right now too. So really think about that. But there's some sort of recuperating happening. And in my other deck, it's actually a knight, and he is laying on a slab above the Ace of Swords, which is right here. Okay, you got this too, and this is what's clarifying this. So in the reading, this knight is laying on the sword, and to me means a couple of things. So that can mean that the knight is laying on his truth right now. Okay. he either has already spoken his truth and now he's just waiting to see what comes of it, or he's holding back. Okay, so it might depend on which one of these you are too. So maybe you're more in your masculine, you're in this period where you're currently not facing away from the connection. Maybe, you know, and he's wanting to come in with his Knight of Cups. Maybe he's not ready yet. Maybe he's laying on his truth right now. He's not ready to tell her how he feels. Or maybe you're more of this Queen of Wands, and you've got that passion and fire, and you're really communicative. And with that Venus and Gemini, there's a lot of communication, a lot of open communication about feelings. It's a very communicative sign. So maybe if you're the queen, you've already spoken your piece. Maybe you've come clean and said, hey, this is how I feel. This is what I think. And now you're laying back on it and you're just letting the chips fall where they may. I don't know. Maybe there's a little of that going on. So this is kind of about speaking your truth and then seeing what happens. Okay? Sitting on it, contemplating on it, thinking about how you're going to come forward with your truth. Okay? So the Ace of Wands is all about major breakthroughs. Okay? This is like an epiphany. So I feel like you had some kind of awakening, okay? Like you came to some kind of conclusion about something and you figured it out. Like you had a major eye-opening experience, and maybe it was regarding this connection. And because like earlier I said, I feel like this queen is really awakened to this connection, and it's really brought her into this space of healing and temperance and really working on her shadow side. So maybe that was part of it. Maybe this connection awoke her to that. I don't know, but there was some kind of something happened here. All right. And it's all also about direct communication. So coming through with some kind of something. Okay. But major breakthroughs. This is a really awesome, exciting card to get. And then you got the Chariot. So, I mean, this is all about, knowing which way you're going. Allowing the light to show you the way and moving in the right direction. Like you have this major breakthrough about something, and you're moving. You're making decisions, whether that's you walking away from this connection towards something new. Either way, or you're walking towards this connection. Maybe this connection has been in separation and you're walking towards it. Whatever is happening here, whatever decisions you're making, you had a major breakthrough, eye-opening experience where you saw through the illusion of something, and you're feeling guided right now. You're feeling guided on a certain path and you feel it. So listen to your intuition right now. The Queen of Cups is all about intuition, and so is the King. Listen to your intuition. You are being guided towards whatever this is. So listen to yourself, okay? All right. Then you got the Three of Swords again. So this is, again, major heartbreak, loss, third party energy perhaps. So if there's a third person coming into this connection right here, that could be a little nap. So there's a little pain, okay? There's some heartbreak that's happening during this Venus retrograde. All right, you're going to be going through it, and I hope you're not going through a breakup. And if it's your decision to leave something, again, I would recommend waiting on it, unless of course it's abusive. All right, that's different. So get out if it's incredibly toxic. I'm not saying that kind of relationship is okay and that you should wait on something like that, but you know what I'm saying. So major heartbreak happening, something happening here. Okay, you got the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. So there's some kind of communication, some kind of offer coming in. All right, some kind of offer coming in. Okay, and these two actually came out together, so I'm going to show these together. So this heartbreak, whatever happened, like whatever came in, you're being given a new chance here. So whatever this loss was, whatever you've gone through, a major offer is coming in during this time, and it is bringing you a major new beginning. Okay, major new beginning. You're really manifesting your creativity right now. Like I said, I feel like, you're becoming, if you're the queen in this reading, you are becoming the Queen of Wands right now. You are wielding that Ace of Wands right here. You're majorly manifesting beautiful things into your life. You're ready for new changes, new beginnings. You are in a beautiful space. And there's either a major opportunity coming in that you've manifested, or major opportunities coming in to get you to this place. And whether maybe and because this is crossing this Three of Swords, this heartbreak led you to this place, okay? This heartbreak is leading you to this new start here. This fresh start that's going to be bringing in a lot of stability for you and abundance. And yeah, this is really exciting stuff here. This is this is a pursuit that lights your soul on fire. You're going towards things that you're going through new, you're moving towards things that make you excited, that inspire you. So the major opportunity happening here towards your inspiration, spurred by this major loss, major pain. So you're making changes one way or another. And if you're this king, this heartbreak might be in this connection, right? And I think the whole point of this is don't see if your queen left you because you couldn't be what she was looking for, because you weren't moving as quickly as she wanted you to, maybe she was the one that left you, and don't see that as a loss in both of these situations. Whoever you connect with the most, don't see this as a loss, and it's going to feel that way, but it's meant to be, okay? That loss that you're feeling was supposed to happen. That tower was meant to come down to make you better, to make you stronger, to bring you more in line with your spirit, okay? So see that as an opportunity. Like whatever that heartbreak is, that's bringing in something special here. So if you're this queen and you're experiencing a separation from your King of Cups, and she got the King of Wands as well, so she might be manifesting a new person in that matches her, okay? She might be bringing that in. If you're the King of Cups, you might be, you're manifesting a spiritual awakening, okay? You're changing it up. You're leveling up, okay? Both of these people are leveling up. And that's major, all right? Major changes, major opportunity here in this heartbreak and in this connection. And of course, you also got the Eight of Cups, which is disappointment, okay? Abandonment, withdrawal, a sense of escapism, okay? So this, I mean, you're going through something right now. I mean, you got heartbreak, emotional pain, sorrow, grief, hurt mixed with disappointment and abandonment. So this connection, I feel like this connection here is making you feel a little, there's some abandonment issues happening here. And I feel like, with this Emperor energy looking away from this connection, if this is the queen, she's feeling abandoned. Maybe she was ghosted. Maybe he was ghosted by her. I feel like they're really mirroring each other, and they might be blocking one another, but there's some kind of disconnect happening here that's causing them a lot of pain. But again, this pain is bringing in this major opportunity in this Ace of Wands. No matter what it is, beautiful things are coming, okay? Beautiful things were meant to be. You were on the right path, okay? You're on it. You just gotta follow this Ace of Wands to your destination and trust in it. Trust that you're gonna get to this Four of Wands. It might not be with this king or this queen, but you're gonna get to this place of joy, okay? This is joy. This is spiritual alignment. Both of these people are moving towards that regardless whether it's with each other. And that's what's beautiful about this. It's unconditional love right here, whether or not they're together. There's no attachment to outcome here. So that is really beautiful. And if you're in a place where you are feeling that attachment and it's really hurting you and you're feeling a lot of pain, you're feeling this stuff, this is a time to really, really reevaluate this connection and see it in a different light, okay? When you love someone, you love them, right? It doesn't matter if you're going to end up together in the end. And that sometimes you have to look at that relationship a little bit differently and just accept it. Like, I love this person. It's not working out. They're not where I'm at right now, and that's okay. Okay, you let them go. You let them go. And if they're meant to come back, if they're destined to come back, they will. I know that's a really cliche thing to say, but that's just how it goes. Don't stop your life for somebody. So for this queen, she's ready. She's fired up. She's fired up about making this happen. And this king is going through some serious major changes internally, and he's just not there yet. And she's got to have some patience here with him, okay? And she's got to just let that play out, and she can't stop her life for him either. She can't be waiting on him to get to where she is. So if that's you and you're in a situation where you're waiting on the other person, it's time to keep living your life. Don't be waiting on anybody. Just keep going. Keep living and live in a really good high vibrational place, and wish for the best for this person. That's all you can do. Okay, and then you got the Eight of Swords. Oh, sorry, the Eight of Wands. Sorry, this is a new deck, by the way, which is really beautiful. I'm really loving it. It's the ancient Italian tarot. Yeah, so the Eight of Wands. So this is movement. This is fast-paced action. This is alignment, travel. Like, you are moving places during this Venus retrograde. Like, you are ready to make change. And I feel like if you're this sorry, I keep pointing to the wrong deck here because I move them around to face them towards you. But if you're this Queen of Wands here, and you're really, really passionate about moving towards your joy here, towards your happiness, and you are just making major changes. You're manifesting it. You are feeling it. You're being guided, and you are just moving along. All right. And same if you're the king. Okay. You're really moving towards big changes here, and you're manifesting as well. Okay. That's not just the queen. So there's major movement, major alignment, which I love saying alignment because, again, 11-11, 11-11, spiritual awakening here. So you're really, really making some major changes. And crossing this is the Six of Wands, which is success, progress, self-confidence. Okay, I really like that's come up, because I feel like this King of Cups, he's in the process of becoming this emperor. Okay, he really is. And I said he sees her as being very independent and really standing on her own 2 feet here, and maybe not feeling like he's good enough for her. And so major movement towards self-confidence. This could be this King of Cups really standing in his masculine energy and really gaining some confidence here, and coming into alignment with himself and getting that. And same with the Queen. Like, she's doing that too. She's really starting to feel attractive and creative, and she's making things happen. She's feeling a little more confident as well in herself and in her abilities and her ability to create. And so, yeah, so whatever this movement is that you're having, you're moving towards victory majorly. This is fast-paced change. So this tower that's happening right now, you're moving through this tower. Like, sometimes people, it takes them forever to get through tower moments, and it's not a moment, right? They're in the tower for way longer than they should be because they're resisting the tower. I feel like neither party is resisting. There might be a little resistance here, a bit, but it's still happening, okay? Because both want to move towards their joy, okay? The king is still wanting to move towards his joy, but he needs to stand in his feelings. And the queen wants to move towards her joy, but she needs to move toward being her her creativity and her passion and her fire. She needs to be doing things that really lights her on fire, that makes her excited. She feels like she's got something more in store for her. And the king needs to get in touch with himself again. He really needs to stand in his emotions, maybe something he hasn't done in a long time. Either way, both of these people are moving towards their happiness, their joy, okay? And you are moving towards major victory here. It's happening for both parties. Okay, you got the Knight of Wands. Okay, you got the Knight of Wands earlier too. So again, you're moving towards, I mean, this is really action oriented. You are making changes, you are manifesting, you are bringing things in, you're making things happen. You're not sitting back and waiting for things to happen. You are making them happen. There's a lot of passion here. And then you got the Five of Cups, which is regret, failure, disappointment. So there's a little disappointment here. In my other deck, there's a person crying over 3 spilt cups, okay? And they're really focused on this feeling of loss. Oh, there comes Destiny again trying to pop out. So there's a major feeling of loss. And they don't see these 2 cups. So there's 2 cups behind them that are still upright, but they're so focused on these 3 that have fallen that they don't see these other 2 that are still there. So this is kind of a reminder to be grateful for what you've got. So there might have been some loss with that 3 of Swords, right? 3 and 3 cups down. Okay, interesting. So the 3 of Swords that you had, that heartbreak. Don't focus on that 3 of Swords. So if there's third party energy happening or whatever pain you're going through right now, keep in mind, you still got 2 full cups here, okay? Don't close yourself up. Don't close yourself off emotionally over this, whatever has really caused you this heartbreak, okay? Don't stop that from you moving towards your joy. Be grateful for what you still have. There's still a lot to live for. There is still a lot. I mean, you've got major things happening here, major changes happening during this period of time. And see that. Don't get caught up in your loss, because it can be really easy to do that, especially as water signs, okay, Pisces? We love to do that. We'd love to get caught up in our emotions and let them rule us. We can't do that here. We're leveling up right now. We're going through a lot of major changes, and we got to do that. We can't be focused on what we've lost, because you are moving quick. You are moving quick towards your joy here, your 4 of Wands. Awesome. Okay, guys, that was really great. Okay, so I was just gonna pull 1 rune, and while I was pulling my rune, which was this one, this is the first one I pulled, I was called to pull more. Okay. I was like, I'm just gonna pull 1. No, I got a feeling. I was told I needed to pull more than 1, and I ended up pulling 4. Okay, that's what I was called to do, so I did that. So number 1, we have Yera, okay? This is all about harvest, reaping the rewards for your effort, and being really receptive and open to life. So this also says if you haven't received your harvest right now, this challenges you to look inside yourself for answers, okay? And figure out why. If you're not reaping the benefits of this connection, you haven't gotten your joy yet, find out why. And I feel like with this queen, she's doing a lot of soul searching right now. She's really going within, and I feel like she is, and I said that at the beginning of this reading, so that's really interesting that I'm saying that now, is that, you know, if she caused any issues with the connection because she's too passionate, she's moving in too quick, she's moving quicker than this King of Cups is, we need to figure out, well, why did this connection not work out? Why is this 3-party situation? Why is there the 3 of Swords heartbreak? What was her part in it? And same with this king, he needs to do the same thing. What was his part in it? His inability to share his emotions, to come clean about how he feels. So there's something going on here. So yeah, so this is a call to look inside, okay? But I feel like, and this is the perfect time to do this, is Venus retrograde. Really take a look at this connection and feel it out, all right? Think about it, contemplate on it. I mean, you're called to do that here with this Four of Swords. Contemplate, recuperate, think on it for a bit, and come July, which is also what Hera says, come July, I think it's going to be time to reap that harvest. Okay, I really do. I think things are happening. I think you guys are leveling up right now, and that's coming. But you're just going to have to be patient. This is also linked to the Fool in the tarot, which is all about new beginnings and taking a leap of faith. And tying up loose ends. Okay, so if this is a connection that's ending right now, this is you're gonna tie up connections. If it's coming to an end, I feel like if you're in separation with this person, that's going to become clear at the end of this retrograde. So I feel like you're going to be coming into some clarity, and you're going to be able to tie up that loose connection. All right, so if there's any open-ended business happening here, unresolved issues, I feel like clarity is coming at the end of this. So, also, and this represents an ending that will set you on the right path towards your future. Okay, so this is also what Yera is about. So yeah, this is an ending that is for a reason. So whatever's ending in your life, you're moving towards it, right? This is meant to be. This is destined. This is putting you on a path to your joy, and you have to believe that that's what's happening. So this is a new opportunity after taking a new perspective, which I love that I said that, because I said earlier, where was that? Yeah, this right here, this pile. This pain, this disappointment, this sadness, this depression, all of this loss, not seeing it as a loss, seeing it as a major opportunity towards manifesting a new beginning. Okay, and that's exactly what Yera is saying. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you just got clarification on that right here with the runes. Just beautiful. Love that. Love that. Okay, and then yay, I love this one. This is Gabo. Okay, this is a good luck charm, and also the love rune. So this is associated with the lovers in the tarot. This is all about partnership, and this reminds you that to be functional in a relationship, you need to stand on your own. You must be whole first before you can be in harmony with one another. Okay, so this is what this is about here. This is why this major change is happening. So maybe there was some codependency here. Maybe you came in to this partnership looking for major joy with one another because you felt like this person completed you, and then the queen is learning, that he's not quite what she thought. There's some illusion coming. She's becoming disillusioned. He isn't the king of wands that she was hoping for, and maybe at the time, and vice versa. I feel like I just feel like there's a very specific story happening here. Okay, I feel like they came in feeling like one another really completed each other. Like they came together, had this really intense connection. They're just like, oh wow, like this is what I've been missing. Like you completely complete me, and this is reminding you, no, you complete yourself. Okay, spiritual awakening, be in alignment with you. You need to be whole first, and I feel like that's what's happening here, and they were really awakened to that. Okay, that maybe is what they're awakening to in this connection, and why there's a sense of loss. Like there had to be an ending to this, because the Queen of Cups, she's leveling up. Okay, she's becoming this Queen of Wands right now. She is gaining her independence. Okay, she's learning to be whole and to stand on her own, and so is this king. He's becoming the emperor. He's learning to stand on his own. They're becoming whole right now. They're going through major changes. Yeah, because two people shouldn't come together to complete one another. They should come together to be partners, right? You shouldn't rely on anyone else to bring you joy. You need to be manifesting that first, and then bring that to each other and share that with one another. Don't be better for each other, be better for the world. Come together and make major changes to the world, not necessarily coming together to make each other better. Nobody can make you happy but you, and nobody's responsible for your happiness but you. So that's really what this is all about, and that's really beautiful. So I love that, love that. Okay, and then we got, oh, sorry, I keep knocking over Hera. Sorry, Hera. Don't get mad at me. Don't curse me. Just kidding. We got Chaos. This is all about opening, shining light on our shadow, illuminating the darkness, okay, kind of like the moon. That illumination that's happening on the tower, right? Illuminating this darkness, okay? Also temperance, right? And then again, this is passion, the fires within, creativity, romance, all right? And I love that fire, passion, creativity came up because we got so many wands here. And this Queen of Wands is really in that fire energy, and we got fire energy here. You're really manifesting your creativity right now, again, which is perfect for Venus, because that's what Venus is all about, your creativity. And that is what's going on here. And there's going to be some romance happening. These two might be reconnecting. Maybe they're finding new people. Whatever's happening, be wary too, okay? Don't be jumping in any new relationships. Wait till July. But yeah, this is beautiful. This is also associated with the Chariot, okay, which you got as well. Oh, love that. There's so many synchronicities happening right now. And this is, yeah, allowing the light to show you the way. So you're finally illuminating that light on your darkness, and you are following it to your destiny. Awesome. And this is also saying that an opportunity is headed your way if you're open to it, okay? And you got that here. That in this loss, whatever you're going through, this death that's happening, maybe it's ego death, because you're both going through major spiritual changes, emotional changes. Maybe the death or this ending that's happening is your ego dying, and you're really becoming in touch with your spirit. That could be it too. And there's some loss associated with that, because the ego doesn't want to die. It hangs on. It wants to stay, and it's going to be hard. But really, you're just coming into more alignment with yourself. That's a major new beginning. But again, you got an opportunity here. Whatever loss is happening, whatever ending is happening in your life, it's for a reason. And there's an opportunity there, and you just have to be open to it. So don't get caught up. What was that? Don't get caught up in that 5 of Cups, right? Don't be looking at your loss and focusing on it. Realize what you still have, that there's still so much here. And there's still so much more coming, okay? Beautiful. And then you got Tiwaz. Justice. This is the warrior rune. So willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to help others. Strength and protection and courage. So this is a positive outcome in a battle. This is about making a sacrifice for peace. So you guys are both making major sacrifices. You are both leveling up. You're both changing a ton. And you're looking for this joy. You're both moving towards this joy, towards your happiness. And you're willing to make the sacrifice for that, to make these major changes to become who you're meant to be. And that's happening. And whatever challenges you're dealing with, this tells you that you're going to have major victory. And I love that too, because you did get major victory here, right? With this, the 6 of Wands. Okay, this is all about success, victory. Okay, so that you're getting that. Beautiful. Awesome, guys. Awesome. I love this reading. It's so beautiful. Okay, and we still have more. No, this is a really long reading. Okay, so this card that keeps wanting to come out, Destiny. Everything that is happening right now is meant to be. It's destined to be. All that I shall need to know as I walk shall now be shown. Okay, we're shining light on your shadow, and you're really going within and doing the inner work, and you are changing. You are becoming you. You are metamorphosizing, okay? You are becoming a butterfly right now, and it is all destined, is all meant to be, okay? All meant to be. Okay, and then, gosh, you got true love come to me. True love shall come to me as I do will, so mote it be. Okay. So true love manifesting here. Okay. This is, oh my gosh, this is about calling in your soulmate or your twin flame here. And I already said I'm picking up some serious twin flame vibes here. Or this is a soulmate, or you're calling in your soulmate. Maybe this was a karmic relationship. Okay. Maybe this connection was karmic so that one another could level up. Okay. He's leveling up because of this connection. She's leveling up to this connection to really come into alignment with themselves so they can bring in the soulmate. Okay, so you might be having someone come in right now, and Venus is all about romance, and people start coming out of the woodworks, especially when you guys are in this really good place and in a really attractive place. You're going to be attracting people to you right now. But again, be wary, right? Don't make any major changes right now. But I feel like that's coming in. You're calling love to you right now. You're calling in your soulmate, whether it's this connection or not, I don't know. And there is major passion. Okay, it's going to be extremely passionate. That's exciting. So rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. Awesome. So this is a pretty passionate connection. So whatever you're calling in right now is going to be super passionate. Okay. And that makes sense because you got all this wand energy everywhere. This is all fiery, passionate, creative energy. And you are putting that out there into the universe. This is what you're putting out into the world, and that's what you're bringing in. Really beautiful. Okay. And then you got expect powerful change. Oh, of course you did, because that's what this whole reading was about. This is an affirmation that you're going to achieve your dreams. Whatever outcome that you've been looking towards, this is telling you you're going to get the desired outcome. You're going to get exactly what you want because you've got this Ace of Wands. You are making it happen for yourself. You are not slowing down for nobody. You're not waiting for anyone. You're not waiting on anyone. You are living your life and you are making beautiful things happen. This is really exciting. This is about powerful new beginnings. And this is saying that in new directions are going to lead you somewhere better. Okay. And that's what we've said here. The runes are the same thing. The Chariot, this new direction that you're moving in here, these new changes that you're making, they're taking you somewhere new. This is just more verification of what I've already said, that everything is happening for a reason. Whatever is happening right now is happening because it is destined to happen. Okay. A new door is opening and you just have to walk through it. You are being put on the right path. So don't fear it. You got to let go of the past and remember that every day is a new beginning and live in now. All right. So a door is opening. Okay. And you are being guided to walk through it. That's all you have to do. You just have to see the opportunity. The opportunity is coming in. You just have to take it. You just have to see it. Okay. What else? What other advice did you get? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Release toxic relationships. Of course we got that, right? Of course you got that. So if this is the toxic connection, you releasing this toxic relationship is bringing you major joy. Okay. You guys are moving towards your joy in this, which is really beautiful. All right. So, and if you're, I mean, and if you're holding on to any baggage from a past relationship that's been really hanging on you, this is telling you it's time to let that go. Okay. Let it go. It doesn't serve you anymore. Do not bring old baggage into new relationships. Also, because Venus retrograde is all about exes coming back in too. That's always a warning. Your exes might start coming back and be interested. No. Okay, don't do that. Don't be tempted. So release that during this time. This is the perfect time to do that, is letting go of all of that past baggage. And don't be projecting your baggage on your other person. Like if you are have experienced some past pain at the hand of someone else, don't be projecting that on that person. This person isn't the person that, you know, that hurt you, right? Whatever, and I'm not saying it's these two. Maybe this is the toxic connection. I don't know. Or maybe they projected those toxic connections on each other, and that's been interfering in their move towards happiness here, and it's been affecting their connection because they haven't released this past energy. Okay. Ooh. You also got know your truth. Okay. Absolutely know your truth, right? Ace of Swords. 100% Ace of Swords right there. That's what that is. Know your truth. And you are. I mean, you've awakened to this. You've awakened to your purpose. You're starting to really see you have a path, and you know it, and you're on it. And trust that you're on a path. Know that, and speak your truth too. Communicate it. So here you have, if there's that sense of sitting on your if you're sitting on something, if you're sitting on some communication, if you're sitting on a communication about your feelings about something, it's time to come forward and express that. Because that's also what Venus and Gemini is about. Gemini is a very communicative social sign. If you're having troubles in a relationship, because we're in retrograde, it says don't make any decisions on a whim. Don't rush into a breakup because you're having trouble. Talk it out. So if you're in a connection right now, it's time to don't lay on that sword anymore. Speak your truth. If you've already spoken your truth, that's beautiful. Excellent. So make sure you're communicating that. Don't be sitting on your feelings here. You need to be honest. And if your honesty about your feelings, because the other person doesn't reciprocate, that's okay. It might hurt, right? But it's an opportunity. Okay? Tell the other person how you're feeling. If you're unhappy with the connection, or you have been sitting on your feelings, or you've been wanting to move towards something new, it's time to communicate that, because this queen is coming in. She's ready to go on an adventure and really build something and make something happen. And this king is ready to come in with his emotions here, or to get in touch with his emotions. I feel like if there needs to be they need to talk about this. Okay? And if that ends the connection, then that's meant to be. Okay? But you have to express it. Don't sit on it. What else did you guys get? Codependency. Of course you got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so the King of Cups got the devil, right? Addictions. He might see the Queen of Cups as an addiction. Okay, maybe he's worried about that. And Pisces, water signs, it's really easy. Water signs are the worst about codependency, because water signs are so emotional. So you can easily, there can be some obsession here. There could be some obsession in this connection, and you might be really reliant on one another to, what did I say earlier? Completing each other. And you have to be complete first before you can come together, before you can have this divine union. And if there is any addiction affecting I mean, this is just saying absolutely. Something here is really causing some major conflict in your connection. You got release your ex. You just got release toxic relationships. I mean, you just got that card. So the time has come to cleanse your energy. Yeah. So you need to let go. Okay, you need to let go of your past. Don't project it into new relationships. If your ex comes back in during this time, no, just say no. You know they're an ex for a reason, right? And if you're projecting those onto new relationships or your current relationship, you need to let that go. You also got flirt. So extend your lighthearted energy to others. So you're probably with Venus right now. Venus is very flirtatious, okay? There might be a lot of flirting happening. And that's really good, all right? Like nice and lighthearted, nothing serious. Let things fall where they may. Go with the flow. That's what this is all about. Go with the flow. Know you're on the right path. And don't be afraid to be a little flirty, okay? And again, don't be stopping your life for anyone. Don't be putting anything on hold for anybody. If somebody's not where you want them to be in this connection, then that's just how it is. Okay? Okay, you got secrets. And you got detachment. And both of these cards are Venus, which is really interesting considering, you know, that's what this whole reading's about. Actually, I want to talk about secrets first. Okay, so this is this typically is a love affair or jealousy. So this is very specific to maybe one narrative that's happening in this connection. So you did get that Three of Wands could be third party energy. So that could be the situation. There could be a love affair happening. There could be some jealousy affecting this. Maybe you've already gone through some kind of breakup and it was because of a love affair. Maybe you're going through one right now and you kept that a secret. But the thing is when Venus in retrograde ends, there's always clarity. Okay, those things come out. And it's time to communicate those things too. So I feel like people are gonna, you know, and that queen, right? She's becoming disillusioned. Like she's seeing through the illusion of something. So she might know something's going on. Or maybe she's involved in something and she's keeping it a secret because she's moving towards a King of Wands and she hasn't completely ended this relationship yet here. This connection. All right. So maybe there's some secrets happening here they're keeping from one another. And with this king, I feel like there's a major secret happening. So if it's not another relationship, I feel like he's keeping the secret of his feelings. He's not telling her how he really feels. So there could be a little of that too happening here. He's not being honest with his feelings right now. He's not coming forward yet. And that could be coming out during this Venus retrograde too. He might come out at the end of this and really after he sat on it and he's done some work, he might come forward. Who knows? And then you got detachment, which is a love affair. So you got that twice. This is for a very specific group of you, I feel. But also it can be like a love affair with a friend. Okay, this is like a friend with benefit situation. This is an unusual love relationship, sometimes like an open relationship, maybe a polyamorous relationship. This can also be like a couple living separate lives, and I feel like that's what's happening in this connection. These are two people that are kind of detached from each other, right? And they're doing their own thing, and maybe that's all it was. Maybe it was a friendship, and you know, maybe this emperor, or he's trying to become an emperor, sorry, the King of Cups is keeping that secret of his feelings because it was just supposed to be a friendship, right? From maybe just a friends with benefits scenario. Or if it's an open relationship, maybe this king is feeling like he wants, maybe he's feeling like he's not okay with that anymore. I don't know what's going on here. This is a very specific story for somebody. But yeah, this is an unusual connection. So I feel like these two are very detached from each other, living completely separate lives from each other. And they're not being completely honest with one another. I feel like they're keeping secrets from each other. Okay, but I feel like they have a very strong spiritual connection, very strong emotional connection. They're really affecting one another in a major way. And I feel like these secrets, whatever this connection is, it's coming to light. Okay, big time. Big time. But also, I really love detachment. I love this story of detachment because detachment is really beautiful. The Taoist concept of letting go is so powerful, especially in relationships, okay? And it's all about go with the flow, which I really love, okay? That's what the king and queen are all about, right? They're all about going with the flow. They're emotional and they let things happen as they're going to happen. And Pisces, that's what Pisces do. Pisces are intuitive. You know, they're the fish. They're swimming down the stream and they're just living life and doing what feels right and adapting as needed. And learning to get away from that codependent energy and releasing baggage and I even said that earlier in this reading, which I said, unconditional love, you know, loving each other and despite the outcome. And I feel like that's what's happening here. So no matter what happens, you know, detachment is number one. Let that person go. Don't hold on to the other one. live your life, keep manifesting this beautiful new beginning for yourself, keep moving towards your happiness, work on being whole. And if that person's meant to come back, they will, okay? Because you're leveling up, and if they're not going to level up with you, then they have no place in your life, okay? There's someone else out there for you, because you are bringing in a soulmate right now. You're bringing in someone that's going to match your energy. And if it's not this person, it's going to be someone new. Okay? Awesome. All right, Pisces, this was a really beautiful reading. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with this Venus retrograde in Gemini. Bye.